Hello students, welcome in virtual classroom. Let's facilitate learning. Today we are learning lesson number 1.3, The Call of the Soil, A Saint of Rice, written by Venkat Iyer. This is part second. We already have studied part 1, in which we come to know that the writer was searching a traditional variety of rice, and the name of that variety is kasbai. Now the text is about the writer's attempts to find a good variety of traditional rice as against the hybrids used by other farmers. Now he pursues his matter till he ultimately reaches his goal. But how he succeeded in his mission, let's find it out. What happened next? That is what we are going to find out in the virtual lecture. In the earlier lecture, we have studied that writer came to know about a traditional variety of rice, kasbai, from villagers. Now, in continuation, we are going to learn the upcoming information. Kasbai is a traditional long-grained rice variety which has a distinct aroma, though much milder than basmati. It's a long duration crop and most of the older people remembered growing it years ago. Now what is kasbai? Kasbai is a traditional variety of rice which has a very distinct aroma but little bit milder than basmati. Actually, it's a long duration crop, means it takes little bit longer time compared to other crop. And most of the other older people remembered growing it years ago. Most of the farmers stopped growing kasbai for various reasons. Which are the reasons we are going to find out in the upcoming lines. But they all shook their heads when I asked them about the seeds and told me that it had disappeared. When writer asked to various farmers, various people in Pet village, they replied that the seeds of kasbai rice had disappeared. The tales of kasbai made us more determined to get it, and we decided that if we did manage to get some seeds, this would be a great rice to grow. I thought the government may know something about it. A visit to the agricultural officer was enlightening. Now, after hearing the stories of Kasbah, the writer determined to get it and thought if he would manage to get some seeds, that would be a great rice to grow. So he visited cultural, agricultural officer. The agricultural officer had not heard of the traditional long duration varieties of rice before. And he also replied that he had not even heard of this rice variety. He said the villagers were taking me for a ride and there was no rice by this name. Now the government officer, that is agricultural officer, told the writer that the villagers were deceiving him. They were speaking lie to the author, and he not only rattled off the names of a number of hybrids, but he also offered the writer to give some of the hybrids for free of cost for a trial. He rattled off the names of a number of latest hybrids and even offered to give me some of them free of cost for a trial. Cursing myself for wasting time with him, I moved on to the next destination. Now, the author's visit to the agricultural officer was not that much worthy. So, at that time, writer started cursing him for wasting his time, and then he moved to the next destination to find out the information about the rice, traditional rice variety Kasbai. This time it was the Adivasi Mahamandal at Kasa which buys rice from the Adivasi villagers on behalf of government. Now the author's next visit was to the Adivasi Mahamandal at Kasa, and this organization always used to buy rice from villagers on behalf of the government. Kasbai did not figure in their files, a good indication why people did not grow it anymore. The market itself did not recognize the rice. So if you grew it, you would not be able to sell it. And now the name of the Kasbai was not in their file. There he knew that the market didn't recognize Kasbai anymore as a variety of rice, and it had lost its popularity. If they grew it, they wouldn't be able to sell it, so people didn't grow it. However, the officer in charge here had more knowledge of rice and did remember Kasbai being sold to him a few years ago. So when I in Dhanivari, Baban and I started looking for Dev Handa and found a graying old man wearing a cap sitting outside his house on a charpoy. Now, when the author was in Dhanivari, Dhanivari is the name of village, along with a person whose name was Baban, met an ex-sarpanch of the village, and the name of that person is Dev Handa. And this person provided most of the information to the author about Kasbai. Now, an ex-sarpanch of the village, Dev Handa, had acres of land, a huge house, and a large family. After exchanging the usual pleasantries, we came to the topic of Kasbai. Now, after speaking various things, the author came on the point talking about Kasbai. The man mention of Kasbai and Dev Handa drifted into the past. When Dev Handa heard the name of Kasbai, at that time he recalled all the days from his past. His eyes turned dreamy, and with a tremble in his voice, he told us how the entire village at once time grew only Kasbai. He said there was a time when people passing our village during lunchtime would be forced to stop and ask for a meal. Now, the the author provided the experience of good old days of Dev Handa. When Dev Handa heard the name of Kasbai, he mentioned that When everyone in the village would grow kasbai, the entire village would have its heady aroma hanging in the air, which forced people passing by to stop and ask for a meal. Such was the alluring aroma of kasbai. Aroma means fragrance. The entire area would have this heady aroma hanging in the air as all the houses cooked the same rice. Today, he said, no one grew kasbai and everyone had shifted to growing the new hybrid varieties. Now, Devhanda explained that all the farmers stopped growing the rice kasbai because it was a long duration crop and they shifted to hybrids. He exclaimed he had to force himself to eat this rice and that was so insipid. Insipid means tasteless, flavorless. Devhanda is telling here that it was really very much sad for himself to grow the variety of hybrids and that was really very much insipid, that was tasteless. The rice was flavorless, tasteless. With the advent of irrigation, farmers were tempted to grow a second crop, and kasbai, being a long duration rice, was replaced by the shorter duration hybrids so that the harvest could be done earlier. This ensured that the farmers could take up a second crop. So, this was the major reason for the other farmers to stop growing kasbai because kasbai was a long duration crop and they wanted to take another crop within shorter period in their field for better yield and for better income. So the people, the farmers were stopped growing kasbai and they concentrate their attention towards the rice varieties which were totally hybrid. I asked why he had shifted if he was so unhappy with the hybrids. The author asked Devhanda that if he was so unhappy with hybrids, so why he shifted to hybrids? Why not continue taking traditional rice varieties like kasbai? No one forced him to, did they? He smiled and replied that their fields did not have fences, and once the harvest was over, the cattle were released into the fields. And if my field alone has kasbai, it will be a treat for the cattle, he explained. Now, when the author asked why he had shifted to hybrids, Devhanda replied at that time that once the harvest was over, the cattle were released into the fields to graze, and their fields did not have fences. And if his field alone had standing crops, the cattle would destroy it and ruin the harvest. Sometimes we have to fall in the line with the community, he lamented. Lamented means regretted. Devhanda regretted by saying that sometimes without our own desire, without our own willingness, we have to do similar things like our community. So I also shifted to hybrids. That is what the reply of Devhanda. Hybrids need more water, fertilizers, and pesticides. He said that yields were good initially, but of late had reduced a lot. And besides, he said that each year they had to increase the quantity of urea and pesticides they used. Actually, hybrid crops need more water, more fertilizers and pesticides also. And because of it, the crop reduced in a large quantity. If it was as if the newer hybrids had an insatiable appetite for chemicals. Now, insatiable means impossible to satisfy. Hybrid crops need much more chemicals. He told us that even when there were flash floods in the 60s, Kasbai had stood its ground. When there was flood situation in 60s, at that time, Kasbai was the only crop which stood with its firmness in ground. He fondly remembered how the rice was still standing when they all returned to the village after the floods had receded. Receded means come hona, the water level has reduced. When the flood had reduced at that time, they observed, all the villagers observed that Kasbai rice was in the situation of before the flood situation. Such was the strength of the rice. But look what we have done, he wrote. Now, Dev Handa lamented here by saying that our past was really very glorious, but now shifting to hybrids drastically changed our situation, and he felt very much sorry for that. He felt sad for that. As he went on reminiscing about the rice, we gently guided him back to the reason for our visit, the Kasbah seeds. Reminiscing means remembering all the good days from past or recalls all the days of bygone days. Now, Dev Handa remembered memories from the past, and at that time, the author gently told the reason of their visit to him, the Kasbah seeds. He was sure that there was not a single villager in his area who would have the seeds of Kasbah. According to him, the only people who still grew it were the Adivasis in a hamlet at the foothills of the mountains in the next village, Asarvari. Now, Devuhanda told the author that the Adivasis in a hamlet means small village, at the foothills of the mountains in the village Asarvari still grew kasbah rice. We bid farewell to Devuhanda, who lovingly blessed us and said, Mahalakshmi, the local goddess, will give you the seeds of kasbah. Now Devuhanda blessed the author by telling him that the goddess Mahalakshmi will definitely give him success in finding out the seeds of rare type of traditional rice variety kasbah. In Asarvari village, we asked the Sarpanch to help as we were not very fluent with the local dialect. Now, what is dialect? Dialect is a type of language, slang language. In Asarvari village, writer and Baban both met the Sarpanch of that village, and they requested him to send a man who know the language of the people of Asarvari. He sent his assistant Jeevan with us into the hills. Now the Sarpanch of Asarvari village sent his assistant, whose name was Jeevan, with the writer who was with Baban at that time. After a half-hour walk through thick vegetation, crossing numerous streams and ditches, and scrambling over rocks and gravel, we reached the sleepy hamlet of Boripada. After the walk of half-hour, writer reached to his destination, the sleepy hamlet, small village, and the name of that village is Boripada. There were just two ramshackle houses in front of us, and we wondered if this was the right place. Now, ramshackle means in a very bad condition. When the author reached to Boripada at that time, he found only two houses which were really in bad condition, and writer thought at that time that is it really a place for which the writer is searching for. A wrinkled old woman sitting before one of the houses looked at us with curiosity. As we approached her, we signaled to Jeevan to ask the crucial question. She muttered in reply, and we looked at Jeevan for a quick interpretation. Now the author requested Jeevan to ask the information about Kasbai to the old lady who sat near her house. He broke into a smile and informed us that she did have the rice and wanted to know who we were and why we wanted it. Now, the lady was really very much curious to know that why the author and Jeevan approached her. After hearing information from the lady, Jeevan smiled. That means he got positive reply from the old lady of having kasbai, seeds of kasbai. It was a difficult task to keep a straight face, and I had to control a strong desire to hug her. Now the author was very happy to know that the old lady had kasbai rice with her. He was unsuccessful in his search for this particular aromatic rice for months, and suddenly this revelation from the old lady was very exciting for him. But he had to control his feeling since the lady had not given him the seed till then. After searching for months, we had found the elusive kasbai. Elusive means difficult. We explained to her that we were from Pate nearby and we needed the seeds to grow it. We asked for 10 kilograms of rice. Jeevan explained the old lady that these people, the author and Baban, were from the nearby village, and the name of the village is Pate. And the writer demanded 10 kilograms of rice from the lady. She muttered and scowled. Jeevan interpreted that she had never heard of Pate village and also did not have a weighing scale. Jeevan told the writer that she had never heard the name of this kind of village, Pate, and she also didn't have a weighing scale. She was willing to give the seeds only in baskets. We asked for a single basket of rice and Jeevan told us to pay her something. Then the writer asked to the old lady to provide a single basket of rice, and after that Jeevan told the writer to pay her the money. I handed over a 100 rupee note for the first time. In the last 10 minutes, her face broke into a smile. When the writer handed over a 100 rupee note to the old lady. At that time, in the conversation of entire 10 to 15 minutes, the old lady smiled from the bottom of her heart. She nodded her head in approval. As we walked back against the fading sunset, leaving behind a smiling old lady, I couldn't help but wonder that here, nestling in the foothills of an unknown mountain, away from the hustle and bustle of the road or any city, were the real people of India. Now, here, the writer is, or the author called the people of Boripada, the real people of India. Why he is saying so? Because the people of Boripada were the people who still held into the rich biodiversity of our land. There were the people who still held on to the rich biodiversity of our land, and no one even cared about them. They had never heard of hybrids, fertilizers, or pesticides. Now, the author really felt amazed when he thought about the lifestyle of these people. He also called these people as the real people of India, who still preserve the biodiversity of our land. Now, these people never heard of hybrids or fertilizers or pesticides. They never used it in their farms, in their fields. The old lady we met had probably never left Boripada. Her world was unspoiled by progress, and for once I was grateful for that. Now, the writer, the author, is saying that probably that old lady never left her own village Boripada, but still she was very happy with her life, and her world was unspoiled by progress. And for once, the writer felt very much grateful for providing the seeds of Kasbai. Now, what is the message which is hidden in the extract in this lesson? As they say, where there is a will, there is a way. We lose when we choose to give up. If we pursue something that our heart desire and determined enough to do exactly what needed, then we definitely can achieve what we want, just like the writer. So in this way, today we have studied the beautiful lesson, The Call of the Soil, A Scent of a Rice, written by Venkat Iyer. Now we will meet in the next virtual lecture with new information. Thank you.